Hi, we are live. Happy Thursday.
Hello. Happy Thursday. I can't believe it's Thursday already, can you?
It flew by. Flew
Welcome to
by.
Donna and Cheryl TV, here with you for 15, 20-ish minutes, keeping it real. She's getting slower on that, isn't she, people? Getting slower, must be old age. Keeping it real with you. So we're going hard rock today. Yes, and today the theme is talking about us.
Like, just for a change, can we not just be about us for one time rather than about you?
100%. Like, I feel like it's been a lot about you guys, and now it's just about us.
It's all about you all the time. What do you need? What do you want? We're done with that.
Morning, Marlene.
Now we've hit 2 years. We're like, it's not about you anymore. I think it just should be about us. I mean, we were followed around, we were swanning around yesterday with Holly behind us, doing behind the scenes with Kate with the camera, you know, like along our local areas, looking like minor celebrities, doing our shoots. I think it's all gone to our head.
Yeah, it has. It was great though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've never, like, I'm quite a private person. I don't normally do crazy stuff, but yesterday, like, we were getting dressed and undressed outside in the fresh air.
No, I was going to say that wasn't. I'd done a ticker. I've already done one. I was thinking that's not the one I did.
I like both of them. And it just made us think, like, so much about, since we did that photo shoot with Lee, which we had so much fun doing 2 years ago in the July, so much has changed. Like, so much has changed, everything has changed, and also nothing has changed. The thing that hasn't really changed is from us getting together and saying what we wanted to do, and that we wanted to you have this coaching business and coach women to live their very best selves, the best lives that they could. The mission hasn't changed, but our confidence in delivering that mission has just changed so much. And our ability and obviously, the more we know, the more we've grown, the more able we are to use different ways of bringing that message to you, that anything you want, you can have. You've just got to get over and work out what the blocks are in the way and learn how to use your mindset to get through them. So the more we can do that, and the more we can use these, you know, these platforms to do that to you, then the better. But even just our confidence of ourselves of just going into place, like yesterday, we literally took over this whole place on the seafront. It was just so much fun. And then we had another aha moment as we're walking around, because Cheryl said, you know, not even 2 years ago, so like 18 months ago, we'd seen a guy called Stephen who runs a social chain speaking at an event in Newcastle, and he had someone following him around doing all the behind the scenes social media work. And Cheryl at the time said,
"Oh, about Holly." Yeah. I'd said that. I was waiting for you to stop. I didn't know you were. Yeah. So Holly does the VA work for us, but before she ever did any of that, we were like, oh, it would be a really great idea. We can just imagine like Holly following us around with a camera, like taking pictures of us I was putting it on social media for us. Like, that would be a really great thing before she'd even started doing any work for us. This was ages ago. And then yesterday it happened. It materialized. She was just popping around in the background there, putting stuff on social media, doing Instagram. So yes, it was she loved it, because this is what she wanted to be doing more of. Now we've got her sitting doing all of the boring admin tasks. Wasn't what she signed up for.
So we just want to do more exciting stuff, that there's more behind the scenes stuff that you can shoot, because at the minute behind the scenes would basically involve you sitting in one of our houses filming we're doing this, which isn't as much fun, is it? Oh, thank you, Wendy, as well.
But the big thing for me though, like when we did our first photo shoot, because we'd only just set the business up in the June, it was quite not stilted, but like we were at the point where we were like recording videos, and we were like really like stood, you know, like this at the kitchen table, and
we were a bit professional
and really trying to be professional, and, you know, and rehearse our scripts and say our scripts as we rehearsed them, and we're having to do take after take after take, because we just weren't just keeping it real like we do now. Like we don't give a fuck what we say. We've grown into that though. That doesn't happen when you first set your business up. You have these, what should I be doing and how should I be presenting myself? And, what should I say and what will the audience want? And as we've like grown and developed our confidence and our authenticity, like we're now keeping it much more real, which is what we help everybody else to do. But we've really grown into that. Like yesterday outside of the Crab Shack, we're like this, just stripping off. We had vest tops on, just flinging our clothes off and on. Like,
Kim Murphy said, you can use the disabled toilet, it's okay. We're like, all right, thanks. Ripping the clothes off.
He was even doing a business visit with somebody and he was like stood showing them round and they turned round and I was like that. Taking me top off with my vest underneath. I was like, oh, hi.
So funny. So funny. So like for you guys, what would you love to do when you're imagining yourself you're in a business doing what you love or at work or in flow, doing something that's just so much fun? Like what are the kind of things that you picture doing? We picture doing this. And when the first time we did it, we said next time we do it, we didn't plan to wait 2 years. We'll do this, we'll do that. We'll have more relaxed stuff, behind the scenes stuff. Like what is it for you that you get excited about doing in the future? Naomi's saying, you two are so refreshing. Watching the ladies the other day in the Soul Squad, you can say real people you've helped in an industry where there's a fair bit of skepticism sometimes and we're smashing it off. Thank you so much, Naomi.
Actually, Naomi, as well, even when we're starting to do corporate work, so obviously one of our arms of what we do is we go, being ex-corporate, we go into corporate businesses and deliver presentations. And even when we started to do that, when we were like first going to networking events, we were like, oh, well, having our own corporate wardrobes. We had a corporate wardrobe, which doesn't exist in my wardrobe anymore. I gave it all to charity because I don't intend on going back there. But we were like, oh, well, should we wear corporate wear? And we were like, you know what? No, because we like to wear our jeans, our jeggings, don't we? Like our jeans, our heels, and just a lovely top, a lot of what we had on yesterday. And we're like, no, even if they're walking around in suits, we're going to go into their place as us because they've bought into our brand and this is what we like to wear. We're not going to allow ourselves to just put something on that we didn't want to wear because we thought we needed to. We did that straight away, didn't we?
Yeah, straight away. I think there was it was a decision. It was a conscious thing of what you're doing. And I remember doing last June or July, for a couple of hundred women, we stood up at the Inspiring Females event and we were doing a whole hour breakout session. Most of the speakers was doing like 15, 20 minutes. We were doing a whole hour and we did have that thing of, it's the Northeast Chamber of Commerce. Like, it's a formal entity. And we were like, no, we're jeans and shirts, girls. So that's what we're going to do. And I'll wear some heels because I love to wear my heels. My feet don't like it much anymore. But yeah, the faster you can be you and find you and be in flow and be okay and be accepting and be in love with just who you are, the easier it is to get out there and just do it.
Yeah. So Wendy's just saying tips for those of us who are starting the, oh shit, I've got to do videos.
Just wing it, honestly. Like if you feel comfortable with a script, use a script. The first day when we recorded those videos, we did video and photos on the first photo shoot that we did with Lee. And he said straight away, you're really shit when you're trying to say something. He was like, just talk, just tell me what you want to do. So we just started talking. So even now, even when we're doing in the Real You program, it's like 6 months worth of training videos and stuff. I got to tell you girls, when we start, we know the topic we're going to talk about. We'll have literally 3 bullets of we need to make sure we tell them about that and that. It's words, 3 words. That's it. When we go on the imposter syndrome programs, we'll have we don't script. We find that for us, we like to allow whatever inspiration, whatever stories. Cheryl and I have got on stages before doing a 20-minute stint, and literally until I start telling the story, Cheryl doesn't know what's coming out of my mouth and I don't know what's going to come out with Cheryl's. And we just find that way it's much more natural, it's much more authentic, and I'm more likely to be inspired with a story or key things that actually is what the audience want to hear, rather than me going in with a thing of this is what I'm going to tell them and sod whatever my intuition says.
Because the thing is, when we're doing what we're doing, we talk about this stuff every day, so we know it. So we know that we're never going to get on a video. Firstly, your audience doesn't know what you're going to tell them. So that always remember that. If you've got a script of what you want to say, your audience don't know what's on that script. So if you only cover 2 out of the 5 points and you talk about something else, it doesn't matter because they didn't know what you were going to say anyway. So always remember that point, because we always come off and we go, oh, I didn't say this, this, and this. It doesn't matter. They didn't know what you were going to say anyway. And it's just like you say, like Donna says, it's stuff you know. Like for you, Wendy, you know this stuff. You've been doing it for years. Like the most important tip for me is be yourself. You have a unique personality, and that's ultimately what people buy into. They buy into you and your personality and what you have to offer. But the big thing is you. So if the more you can just be natural and be yourself, the better. And if some people don't like that, great.
Yeah. And it's really, you know, in the early days, you want to kill people, and we still now want to give you like, and do this and this tip and that tip and this coaching strategy. And sometimes we can give too much and we can overload and overwhelm the listeners and the audience. So it's like, just think about, tell it through stories, tell stories, don't tell them what to do, tell stories of what works for you, and then give them like one key, go away and do this. Like, this is the one thing that'll make a difference. Kind of wrap up from that rather than over delivering and just giving so much that they don't know where to start.
Absolutely. But that comment, sorry, I kept it there because I just wanted to acknowledge it, because it is important to Donna and I about where we live, that we're from the northeast of England. So we were really passionate yesterday when we were on the photo shoot to actually show off where we live, because we love it. But actually, you know, sometimes different areas get a bit of bad press, don't they? But we wanted to show off the beautiful side of things that we get to see every day. So thank you for that.
And we discussed that with Kate. We discussed going to a nice spa or meeting somewhere in the middle of the country or doing something. And we're like, no, we want you to get to see what we actually do. So the whole premise of the day was we've captured on photo things that we do when we're together, things that we do with our families, how we work, because we know from what you guys tell us that you really like to understand what's behind the lives and behind the Now Is Your Time brand, like the behind the scenes stuff, because that's us, that's our life. So Kate's taken 2,000 photos of what a day in the life of us is a little bit like.
Exactly. Wendy's just saying, having a right laugh, chuck the corporate clothes, being in flow with clothes, and
100%.
Balance of planned with authentic. Oh, well, I'm glad it comes across planned.
I'm glad it comes across as authentic. That's the most important thing to me.
Oh.
Dan Savanga does that advice too. Yeah, it's always about storytelling.
Yeah.
Like I don't sit when I've got emails to do for you and think, right, what do I need to sell them or tell them? I just think, right, what stories, what things have happened to us, or what things am I thinking about that if I share with you, there's a point to them. Like there's always a point, there's a learning and everything. What did we do yesterday, Charlie? It was really random. We were like, but the learning in this is like, because it's how we think. It's a mindset is everything to us, because everything starts with your thoughts. So most things that happen to us, it can be tiny little things. For us, they're like really good teaching examples of the difference that it'll make of you shifting your mindset.
Exactly. Love, 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 love.
I think the other thing as well for me that like came through yesterday was it's that reminder of just like enjoying the process, because yesterday we could have gone, oh God, and being the real you. Like, I hate photos and can you see me back fat? And, you know, my eye is still really poorly. If you can see it, guys, I've had like a sore eye for a few days. So it was like, you know, Kate said, do you want to reschedule it? She was coming all the way up from down south to do it. My eye was at a golf ball yesterday morning. Cheryl was doing healing on it to try and calm it down. And we're like, well, no, this is us. We have bumps. I've got a bit of back fat. You know, I've got a funny eye. Like, this is, yes, you want to look nice and you want to feel nice, but actually this is also real life. And this isn't about us airbrushing it to look something different for you. Like, it is what it is. So we went with it. And a couple of years ago, I probably wouldn't have had the confidence to do that. But when you just say yes to it and you just go for it, the confidence comes with the experience. And yesterday was just so much fun that you forget about the lumps and the bumps and the bits that you're worried about people looking at, which years ago I would have just been crippled by that.
Mm-hmm.
Neil was just saying, I've been looking into business coaches and just so turned off because they seem so hard on selling and closing and just picking up on one thing I've said. And then it comes through in their content, but they haven't really understood it. Yeah. And And that can happen. It can happen. You know, you've got to go with somebody who's right for you. If you want any recommendations, Naomi, just let me know. Drop me a DM. But yeah, you've got to find the person. When you're going into coaching, it's a really, really personal experience. You know, we've worked with quite a few coaches, but the coach that we work with now, Nick, we've got a really great relationship because the DNA, the values match. So the women then that are in our mastermind that we're bearing, you know, and sometimes we go in and we've had a bad day or a bad week and we get upset and we get frustrated and all the rest of it. You've got to be able to be really vulnerable around those people because they're going to say, yeah, your best, not your worst. And you need to find people that you're comfortable with. So shopping around is really important.
Absolutely. Yes. You have to vibe. You've got to have that good energetic connection when you're investing money so that you know, it's like the know, like trust. You've got to trust them and feel like you're vibing and you're in flow. So
100%.
So yes.
So don't wait to be confident to do a live. Don't wait to be confident to go for your photos. Don't wait to be, you know, Kate always says, like, don't wait, as in WAIGHT, to lose 2 stone before you get your photos taken. Even that's with your family. So many people say, I don't like photos taken with my kids because, like, I feel fat on them. And it's like, well, the kids are going to grow up and one day we won't be there and they won't have those memories. So I was just going to do that. Thank you, Cheryl. So yes, like seize the day, do it now. And if you want some help working on your confidence, we are going to be running, it looks like it, because a lot of you are asking, the Supercharge Your Self-Confidence Challenge again. So the waitlist is now open. If you're on the waitlist, you get to hear about it first. And you are also going to be getting a fantabulous bonus for being on the waitlist and being one of the people to say, I am ready to change my confidence setting. Okay, it's going to be in September. It's going to be epic. It's going to be bigger and better than the last one. So make sure that you're registered, signed up, share it with people that you want to share it with, who you want to take on the journey with you. And it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
We're going to have a little break. We're recording podcasts today. So yes. We're very excited. We've already recorded one. We've got another 2 this afternoon. We're going to be launching our next podcast series. So we're going to be bigger, bolder, brighter, and more zooped up version of our podcast. So we're very excited to record these and have them stored ready for you guys in a couple of months.
It's going to be amazing. So have a wicked day. Watch out for the lowdown hitting your inboxes tonight at 6:30. And yeah, I've got something. And your affirmation for Sunday is amazing as well, guys. By the way, you're going to love it. So we'll see you all soon. Bye.
Bye.